The airline industry has always been a challenging one to succeed in, with high overhead costs, fluctuating demand, seesawing prices, and customer demands for quality service. One airline has established itself by marrying low fares with high-quality service. As airlines face increased challenges in the post-terrorist attack economy, it's even more difficult for airlines to manage demand and ensure safety. To get people flying, this airline is adding new security measures to its mix of quality and low prices. And as Alice Look reports, travelers like this combination.
$300 round trip for 2 passengers.
$59 one way and $69 the other.
It's hard to believe, but those are airline ticket prices for flights between New York and Florida. On most airlines, the same fares would typically cost at least $800. But JetBlue, which calls itself New York's hometown low-fare airline, isn't typical, not even for a startup.
You could have went used, but take a whiff. Nothing beats brand new.
Leather seats and 24-channel TVs are what you might expect on a private jet or international first class. But on a budget airline?
At JetBlue, we wanted to create all of those things that customers think that are important, like leather seats. You know, they cost twice as much but last twice as long. No additional cost to us. A TV set, where you can have your own personal TV set with 24 channels that you can control yourself. Brand new airplanes. Cost more, but cost less to run, so because they have less fuel burn and other issues. So we took all of that and said, there's a better way. We can build a better mousetrap.
The Better Mousetrap was launched in February 2000 with the aviation equivalent of a silver spoon on its wings, a $130 million investment from billionaire George Soros and Chase Capital Partners. That cash bought 2 new Airbus planes outfitted with luxury touches. Since then, 16 more planes have been added, and a new aircraft joins the fleet every 5 weeks. In its first 2 years in the air, JetBlue has flown more than 3 million passengers around the U.S. And defying expectations, it has been profitable. One big reason, low operating costs. Every seat mile costs JetBlue 6.5 cents, compared to 12 cents for major airlines like American.
We have one aircraft type. We only have one pilot that flies one single aircraft type. Our maintenance people only work on one kind of aircraft. We utilize our planes better than anyone else. We turn them on the ground quicker. It's a very, very efficient operation, and that's what gives us our low cost.
According to Neeleman, the A320s that make up the JetBlue fleet not only burn less fuel, but require less maintenance because they are new and under warranty. A smaller staff of pilots and flight attendants means lower costs. And while captains and first officers have thousands of hours of flying experience, their average pay is lower than pilots at the majors.
The typical low-fare airline would have labor costs that are somewhere around 20 to 25% of revenue, whereas you might see a major airline have labor costs that are 38 to 40% of revenue.
Another savings tactic, fly into airports where the tariffs and landing slots cost less. So instead of LAX, JetBlue flies to Long Beach, California, Oakland instead of San Francisco International, Kennedy instead of New York's LaGuardia.
Even in the best of times, making money in the airline business can be tough. In the new security-conscious environment, JetBlue says it has no plans for now to raise fares, something that may keep passengers flying.
We got a great rate. We saw them advertising on TV, and it was just a good rate. That's pretty much why. We weren't really planning a vacation very far in advance, but when we saw the rate, we were like, we have to go.
The airline only books one-way tickets. There are no Saturday stayover requirements, and booking over the internet is encouraged. The average ticket is $100, and fares top out at $299.
Our fares fluctuate. Like to Florida, you can go from $59 all the way up to $199, and it's all done on demand. We try and equalize the loads on all of our flights to be the same. And if you have a holiday date that's in huge demand, that fare is higher, or a Sunday night, maybe higher. A Tuesday, the fares are lower.
Analysts estimate the low-fare airline industry is worth about $9 billion. And as the industry reinvents itself, there will be plenty of opportunities to make money.
Major airline fares over the past 5 years ended 2000 were up 77%, and they were up in the year 2000 18%. These are business fares. And they saw that the majors were moving to priced themselves out of the market, that they were, as they raised fares, more and more, even business travelers were becoming price elastic. So I think they saw a very good opportunity.
Cheap tickets, low costs, and high quality make for a brand that goes against the traditional definition of budget airline.
Great customer service is expensive. How do you make money on that strategy?
Well, you know, it's an attitude. And when you are this whole brand of everything you touch is quality, where everyone's personable, the planes are new, I think it's going to make a huge difference going forward. You know, people used to fly more because of cost and price. I'm talking to a lot of our passengers today that are saying, I just feel good flying on JetBlue. That's why I'm back to fly on you, is because I feel safe, I feel comfortable, I'm treated well, and that means a lot more to me now than price.
As for the future, JetBlue says it will concentrate on adding new domestic routes and possibly expand to Canada and the Caribbean. I'm Alice Look for Business Now.